It's your daily dose of Donna. And here's Donna and Frankie for your Tuesday distraction because we are having election day. It's Tuesday, November 5th. We will not be talking politics. The only politics we talk about are if you're Team Cody or not. And if you are Team Cody, you may want to skip out of here because here on Doserland, we are not. Just kidding. We love all people. We really do. We are very tolerant here on Daily Dose of Donna. How are you guys? Are you doing well, Frankie? How are you doing well? Frankie is let me think how old Frankie is. Frankie is 14 years old. 14 years old. She may actually die during this live show. I think she's going to fall asleep. Oh, she's going. She's going. She's gone. Let me put her down so she can go enjoy her life. Welcome to the show. We are going to have an amazing day today because we need to distract ourselves. Everyone, I'm going to laugh today. You're going to laugh today. We're going to talk about the most random stories. We're going to get into some Potomac, whether or not you like it. Whether you like it or not, my friends. We have so much to talk about. Get ready. Get ready. Aaron goes, die? Like, we're talking about dogs dying today? Yes, yeah, let's talk all about it. Let's talk about it all, you guys. There is no topic not to talk about today on November 5th, right? Everyone get ready. This is your daily dose of Donna. Dance break. Oh my God. If you're feeling stressed out, really honestly, the best thing to do is just dance. Just dance. By the way, shout out to Ray here, who's promoting the Daily Dose newsletter. We have almost 400 subscribers to that newsletter in just 2 weeks. 400 subscribers. Did you know that? How cool is that? So in the newsletter every week, what you get is, who knows? Maybe some nudes. Just kidding. You won't get nudes from me, but if you want to submit your own nudes, I won't be against it. No, you'll get some highlights from the week's shows. You'll get links to anything that I'm promoting that week. You'll get links to things that we're talking about, like if there's a specific book that I'm reading. Every week I share a book that I'm reading in that week because, I listen to books and I read books and you guys are always interested in that. You'll hear about TV shows that I'm watching, documentaries that I'm obsessing over, maybe TikToks that I'm talking about. Anything like that. Yes, you'll hear about vibrators that we're using, things like that. Just the normal stuff. It's a labor of love. It's really fun. It's just a Sunday surprise. Everyone needs something like that. And it's a way that we can connect the community. And so make sure to subscribe. Michelle says, join the newsletter to fill your inbox's pleasure gap, as we all need to fill some sort of pleasure gap in our life. You may think I'm inappropriate, but the truth is you guys are just as inappropriate, if not more inappropriate than I am. I don't know if it's like birds of a feather where I just am a certain way and then I bring all the boys to the yard. But I noticed, like, I was at my workout this morning and we were doing these sumo squats with a heavy dumbbell. And my trainer, shout out Carolyn at Iron Method, she was grabbing the dumbbell and you put it in front of your, well, let me just kind of work it for you guys. This is awkward. Thank God I have a standing desk for these moments. Come with me. Okay. So she puts the weight like right here, right? And she's like, I'm doing all this, by the way, because it's election Tuesday and we have to be distracted, right? And so she's putting it right here. Oh gosh, now I feel like it needs to be lower. Hold on. Chair needs to go out of the way for this. This is what they call a demo. Okay. So she puts the weight right here. And then she says, do a sumo squat. And she's going like this. And she goes, you have to hold the weight like right here, like a penis. Okay. Like a penis. So it's not just me. I'm surrounded by inappropriate people. These are the people I like the most. Honestly, the people I like the most are the people that don't take their lives too seriously, that don't take everything too seriously. I don't like people that are just so sensitive, so offended, you know? I will say something. Michelle says I think that's borderline teabagging. Whose husband has big balls? Oh, Gina's boyfriend, Travis. Travis has big balls. And then who was Gina talking to on Watch What Happens Live who said, I also have big balls? You guys help me. Gina was on Watch What Happens Live with a guy who said, I also have big balls. He said, I have something in common with Travis. One of you guys have to remember this. Listen, big ball syndrome is a problem. And some people have an issue where when they go to the bathroom, it dips. Wahlberg. Thank you, Donnie. Wahlberg has big ball syndrome. BBS. It's a thing. It's a thing. So I've heard. Okay. So thank you guys so much. You were telling me in the DMs, I have to remind myself to remind you, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We are so close to 16.1 thousand subscribers here on YouTube. If you don't remember to subscribe, this is your reminder. Subscribe and hit like. I will remind you as often as I can. And August wants to remind you that their roommate has huge elephant balls. Anyway, so let's keep let's keep talking. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Squirrel Daddy has big nuts. Okay. Okay. Let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. I forgot to wear my I voted sticker. I do have it inside, but I did vote early. I voted a couple days ago, and I'm very, very excited that I was able to vote. Um, I know specifically here in Los Angeles and California, I'm so hoping that my vote really changes a lot of local Los Angeles and California people, like across the board. That is really important to me. So, very, very excited about that. It's a very high stress day, as you guys know. It's a very, very high stress day. So we're gonna kind of keep calm. We're gonna get through the day. Let's just kind of like keep going. I move my body a lot when I'm stressed. I talk a lot. What'd you guys think of my Cody conversation yesterday? I wish I was wearing my work gloves for this conversation today. I really do. I really do. Okay. Where should we go first? Like, where should we start? Oh, that's so funny. A Real Housewives of a DC marathon is on Bravo. I mean, there is nothing better than those early DC episodes. Like, what was her name? Michelle. Was it Michelle, the woman that broke into the White House, that crashed the White House Correspondents' Dinner or whatever it was called? Oh my gosh, it was so good. Wanda said, I just opened Donna's live, and the first topic I hear about is huge balls. Is there anything more important to talk about, though? Really? Like, forget politics, forget world wars. Huge balls is a big issue. And why didn't we vote on that? Was there a proposition about huge balls? I want to know. Like, my name is Donna Bowling, and I vote no on huge balls. Michelle Salami. Of course, her name is Salami. I want to shout out really fast Patreon. And I understand if you guys are not part of my Patreon because it is a paid subscriber base. And I would never, ever force anyone to pay for anything. You're here as a free, like if you're on YouTube, I do this for free 5 days a week. You can always do the members only, which by the way, I want to do members only Thursday this week. I can't do tomorrow because I have an appointment in the afternoon. So Thursday this week at 2 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to do a members only. I will schedule it today. So just remember that Thursday, November 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So, but I want to talk really fast about Patreon. I understand that it is a paid subscriber base, and I would never like shame anyone into doing that. I understand times are tough. Like the economy is out of control. I see it firsthand how expensive life is. And if that is not in something that, like, as something that you can afford, I would never, ever hold it against you, ever. But this last week has been a very, very challenging time over on Patreon for me because I opened up about something that was like a little bit vulnerable and revealing, and it did touch on politics. And I got a lot of backlash, right? I got a lot of backlash, and people took my words and my vulnerability and my fears and just my openness, and I lost 25 paid subscribers in I'm just being really honest and open about it, right? I lost 25 paid subscribers within 2 days, which is a lot, right? It's a lot. And some of those people were people that I considered very close to myself and very close to me. And I was really, really, really sad, right? I wasn't like sad because of the loss of the money. I was sad because I felt very, um, I felt very hurt. Like, whoa, I didn't realize that these people were only close to me because of an opinion that they thought I was someone just because of who they thought whatever. I was so sad. And then this morning, I got a notification from a comment, and I went on there and I looked and I realized that I gained 50 new members on Patreon since I opened up about my vulnerability. I lost 25 and I gained 50. And this was a moment that knocked me so clearly in my head that the more that you are who you are, you will weed out, just like Jeff Lewis said, and one of you guys sent me. The more you are who you are and stay true to who you are, you'll weed out those people who are not true to, like, they aren't there for who you are. They are for who they want you to be. Right? We have to be true to who you are. And we can't just like be in a box for who they want us to be. And this has nothing to do with politics, by the way. I mean, this specific thing was a political thing, but this is just a general thing. Like if the world likes Ariana and then we become like we say that, well, I kind of like Lala, or it could be about a reality show, it could be about a TV show, it could be about anything. And we've seen it so much in the last couple of years. It could be about obviously the Israel thing or whatever. It could be about Jeff Lewis or Heather McDonald. Like it's about so much. If you go against the grain, what happens is you end up getting like this huge backlash. Like everyone's like, you are the worst. You're disgusting. You are a fascist. You're a rapist. You're this, you're that. Like these horrible words against you. And then all of a sudden you realize like, oh, those are just the loud ones. But actually there's so many people that actually really support someone speaking out about what they believe. Um, what's amazing about you guys, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for sending super stickers and memberships. Alicia became a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Ray, what? You never have to do this. Absolutely not. And Maddie, like the kindest. Wow. Maddie, by the way, can I just tell you, Maddie sent me, like, I could cry. Maddie sent me to my home. Well, she sent it to the address I sent her, which ended up coming back to my house. She sent it to my husband's production office. But she sent me Shabbat candles, like like a beautiful set of Shabbat candlesticks and Shabbat candles. And she sent me bring them home necklaces for my boys, like for the hostages, and like so many other things, like the most beautiful presents. And Anne Marie, like, who are you guys? Anne Marie sent me the most amazing candy. Remember that? She sent me all this amazing candy. August, stop. Everyone stop. Stop. Everyone stop. Stop. I'm not asking for your money. I'm just asking for your love. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. Seriously. Wow. Wow. Okay. I appreciate you so much. Really, really, really. I just want to say, and this is really not as like a token to say like love on me. This is just a reminder for you. If you're scared to be who you are out there and to share who you are, just know that there's so many more people that need to hear your voice than are going to hate on you for sharing your voice is all I'm saying. Um, And, like, you know who really reminds me of that is Zach Peter. Zach Peter is like a mentor to me in that way. And it's weird because he's 10 years younger than me, that bitch, that young bitch. I love Zach because he's so himself and he gets hated on all the time for it. Speaking of Zach, what is happening? Excuse me while I just passed out just now. Andrew, Andrew, okay. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. I don't even know what's going on. Andrew, you're gonna have to send me a message. Oh God, my brain can't go any further. Vomit, I can't cry. I can't cry today. Andrew, thank you very much. Oh my God, hold on. Let me take a sip of water. Andrew, are you still here? Today's episode is like not okay. I'm gonna seriously. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, Andrew, like I can't. Guys, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm okay, guys. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I'm. This feels like I'm on Oprah. Joe, Andrew, like I don't even know what to do. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. Stop. Okay, everything's fine. Andrew, for those of you that don't know anything that's happening, um, I'll explain later. I'm in shock right now. I'm actually what okay, everyone needs to fucking stop and calm down. Should I shut down this live? Do you guys want me to show you my boobs? Can someone calm me down? What is happening? What is happening? Okay. We need this love today. No boobs. Uh, Maya says I just joined and I'm scared. I'm so scared. Okay. I'm sweating. I just want to say really fast. I'm going to talk to Andrew later. I literally didn't. I'm going to have to cut this all out for the audio. Hold on 1 second. I want to pour water all over my boobs. Okay. Children, what is it? Dogs are dying and Donna's crying. Oh, yeah, my dog died earlier. No, she's not. She's here. Frankie, everything's going to be okay. Okay, don't you worry. Holy shit. Holy shit. What is happening? Okay, we need to get back onto the show. I just want you guys to understand what happened today. 10 gifts, 5 gifts, 20 gifts, 20. Okay. Wow. Let me just explain to you really fast. People are good. Overall, people are good in this world. And you guys just proved that to me. And I want to tell you really fast, Andrew Dominguez, you just restored my faith in humanity. I cried a lot over the last week. And I am beyond happy to see you. And I don't want to cry more, but I truly, truly I feel like whole again. I feel whole again that you're here. Like I was not okay. I know that's so weird. It's like a parasocial relationship, but I feel whole again that you're here. Let's get into the fucking show. Okay. And if I was going to have to see the Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos, pick chalk at the end of this week without freaking Andrew Dominguez watching with me, it was not going to be the same. Okay? I just wanted to say that. Okay? Okay. Let's get into the show. Okay. What are we even going to talk about today? There's really not that much news. I think it's because of the show, but we got to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac because you guys wanted to talk about Potomac, and I will tell you really fast that Real Housewives of Potomac is absolutely madness. And when I say it's madness, it's like what was good about this week of Potomac was that it's not it didn't need a lot this week. They really it felt like a one act play. If anyone poor Lamb. Poor Lamb. Lamb is like, what is happening? Lamb, these are not what normal lives are. I just want you to know that. I promise. Well, actually, they probably are. Real Housewives of Potomac felt like a one act play. Have you ever gone to one of those one act plays where there's no sets? It's just one table and one scene. That's what Real Housewives of Potomac was. It didn't take a lot this episode. It was literally one scene. The entire episode was one brunch. And they were all just sitting there and just talking crap back and forth. My issue with Real Housewives of Potomac this season is there's just so many friends of. Like, I want it to be down to the basics. I don't like the Jazzies and the Stacys and the Jacquelines and there's too many of them. I just want, I'm okay with really just Mia, Karen, Ashley, who I can't stand. Mia, Karen, Ashley, Giselle, Wendy. I guess Jacqueline is okay, but Kierna, is that her name, Kierna? Kierna, Stacy. Isn't there a girl named Jazzy? There's a few girls that are just too much. It's too, it just adds on to the already chaos. Mia did something so shady to Karen. She was trying to protect her friend Jacqueline. And what she did was she ended up trying to protect her friend Jacqueline. And by doing that, she ended up kind of throwing Karen under the bus by being like, you drunk dialed us, pocket dialed us, and you were with a guy who wasn't actually who wasn't your man. What's his name again? Greg? Peter? I can't think right now. Who's Karen's man? Greg. Right? I know it's not Gordon. And so she was saying basically Ray. So she would that whole conversation kind of got thrown right away. It was like a to be continued moment, and then it got thrown right away. Now, Andrew earlier said, I do actually really like Stacy. And Stacy does bring a level of kind of unbothered. I'm so confused by this group. I'm just this nice girl that's here. So she does bring a level of unmessiness because she doesn't really know what's going on. But it doesn't really fit in with the whole group because remember, Stacy's dating this guy. She's still married, so she can't really fully move on with this new guy because this new guy only will allegedly have sex with her when he gets married. Now, does anyone get an idea when she talks to this new guy on FaceTime that he's her gay bestie? Does anyone have this feeling about it? She calls him at one point. She's like, "Hi." And he's on the phone. He's like, "Hey." And they're chatting. And she's like, "My friends wanted to know about you." And he's like, "I was hoping you would talk about me with them." And it was like, I just thought to myself, that surely can't be the guy that she's in love with, right? That's her gay bestie. It was so strange. I was like, oh, they're not, oh, that's the man? Okay, you guys feel it too. It absolutely did not feel like there was a romantic connection. I was like, that's why he doesn't want to have sex with her, because he's a gay man. Now, I'm not actually like outing him. I'm just saying it had that vibe. Yeah, that's why they're not having sex. They're gay besties. That's why they're just like workout partners. No man at this age is saying, I'm not having sex until I'm married. Come on. It's giving a Love is Blind red flag. It's not, it's a vibe. The vibe is off, right? Um, okay, so you guys are with me on that. A lot of people are missing Candace, Billy. This is like a thing that we're seeing around. A lot of people are seeing, and some people are missing Robin, which you know is bad when you're missing Robin. Now, it's Wendy's birthday. We wake up the morning of, it's Wendy's birthday, and everyone's just moved on from this Karen drunk call, right? But remember, in the morning, everyone's talking about how they now are trying to push this like idea. Oh, no, at breakfast, by the way, did anyone notice? And maybe this is like, I truly don't know, but what was up with that breakfast? And you guys tell me if this is like a Potomac thing or not. There was not a color to be found on their plates. Did anyone notice this about their plates of food? Not a color to be found. It was a waffle with some white gravy, with some chips, with some beige, some sort of mush, with some white mush, with some yellow mush. I mean, I'm like, can we get some color on this plate? Like, it was so unattractive to me of a breakfast. I like a colorful breakfast. They served mimosas. Did you notice this? A few times they served alcohol, and a few times Karen never said yes to any alcohol. She always turned down alcohol, which is important because later on there was a scene where they talked about how Karen needs to be going to rehab. A big conversation was telling Stacy how they think Karen needs to go to rehab. I have not seen Karen drink one time. Now, does Karen have a does Karen have a drinking problem? I don't know. This is like a Shannon thing again. Did she definitely have some bad things in her record earlier about when she got arrested? Does she have like some prior things on record? As she likes to say, allegedly. No, it's on record. Yes. Like, she's gotten herself in trouble 1000%. But my friends, like, that was out of control. Like, I don't think rehab is the right thing. Do you guys think we have to send her to rehab? Do you think she has a drinking problem, or do you think she's just like made really bad choices? I don't know. I think Shannon probably has more of a drinking problem than Karen, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know enough about Karen in her like day to day. But then again, if you're getting multiple DUIs, you probably do have a problem. I don't know. I don't want to judge that. I don't remember ever seeing Karen like that wild and out on the show, more so than maybe some of the other girls. Um, Mia decides for Wendy's birthday, they're going to see a doctor that has worked for her. I have never heard of a worse birthday plan. Can you imagine it's your 40th birthday and you have to go and see someone's doctor? I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Sounds horrible. Yeah, Sue says they needed a bowl of fruit. I agree. Like, why don't we see some like watermelon, some grapes? Like, give me some like, yeah, that's what we were missing. A good old-fashioned bowl of fruit. Not one fruit to be seen. I've never seen a breakfast without a bowl of fruit. Okay. Anna says, I always hear that song in my head about rehab. What is it? Oh, you want me to sing Amy Winehouse? No problem. They try to make me go to rehab. But I said, no, no, no. Okay. So then, So yeah, there's a conversation with Stacy where she's like, "They said that you have to go to rehab." And what's her name? Karen's like, "That is alleged." Okay. Um, did anything else crazy? Oh, there was a crazy blow up about Kiarna and her scar. What was that all about? Ashley is messy though. Ashley knew that Kiarna was going to take that personally about her scar. And she's like, "So, Kiarna, I don't see a scar. Tell us about your scar." Well, apparently Kiarna has like a really big scar, which I have not really been able to notice. And she was like, "Don't you ask me about my scar." Lost her shit. Lost her shit about the scar. Went off and cried. I mean, it must have been a very sensitive thing for her. Ran off. Um, I don't know. Karen started to be a little messy again to Jacqueline. Karen and Jacqueline have some major ish about each other. I can do without Ashley in life. I really can. I don't know. There's something about her that really bugs me. It's bugged me now for a few seasons. Mia bugs me. I think a lot of them bug me. I don't know. I don't really love anyone on that show anymore. I love Karen in real life, and I loved her last season, but this season and the no accountability over the drunk driving is hard to take. Like in the first couple episodes. Hold on, I have to take a drink. That's for all the haters. Okay. Making sure I'm not muted. Did anything else happen that was just so incredible or like so groundbreaking in the episode? The one good thing about the episode is that we never talked about the fact that if is Ink the dad. Like, cuz I hate when we bring up the paternity thing in that episode. It really was not I love that we didn't talk about that. That is very upsetting when we go there. Let's move on and talk about a couple other things. I want to talk about Teddi Mellencamp. So, as you guys know, Teddi Mellencamp has filed for divorce. There are rumors swirling. If you are on your Bravo deep dives and you are following the right people, you will see there are rumors of why this divorce has happened. Um, as her personal friend, I am not privy, that's not the right word. I will not be sharing those rumors unless she talks about them personally, okay? She went on her podcast yesterday and she said, "I will not be sharing anything else other than my statement for the privacy of my kids." She has kids exactly my kid's age plus her like 4 or 5-year-old Dove. So I don't want to do that just because she's a friend of mine and it just would suck to be like responsible to share that. But I will say that one thing that is public is the sole custody. She is asking for sole custody. And this is confusing for a lot of people, including myself. Now, I am not someone that has gotten divorced. So I need all of you divorcees, and I know there's a lot of you, to shout out to me what is the reasoning for this. Okay. I need you guys to talk to me. A lot of you in my DMs have told me that you think it's because of finances, right? Like if you ask for sole custody, that means that you are getting more in child support. Okay. Is that what that is? Like the more custody that you have, the more child support that the other person has to pay. The second thing people are saying is that if you ask for sole custody, that means you have more control over decision making, over like choices over health, over school, over where you live, etc. Those kinds of things. Let's see. Andrew says it just means she wants to essentially be the main parental that makes all the choices. Doesn't mean that he can't see the kids. Okay. Maddie says it sounds like it's a heartbreak situation, cheat, drugs, abuse of some kind. She wants to be making all decisions for the kids. Less time for kids to have to move back and forth as well. Oh, it doesn't mean that he can't see the kids. Yeah, because there's still visitation. So it's like sole custody is just for decision making, but then there's visitation. Because custody really does sound like you will never be able to see them, but custody is really a word for control, decision making. And then visitation is more of the words over um, who sees. Joint custody would be like we have to be in on every single decision over where they go to school, which doctors they go to, what sports they do they take this medication or not, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense? Um, Look, maybe she wants to be in control where they live. Maybe she wants to move. Maybe she wants to move down to Orange County to be closer to Tamara and to be closer to, horse places for her daughter. Maybe she wants to have more control over where they go to school. Or look, I don't have any idea. Maybe she wants to be closer to where her dad lives. Like this, you never know, right? Um, my guess, I actually don't know 100%, but my guess is that she does the majority of the parenting. No, like, I'm not saying she's a better parent. I'm just saying more actual parenting just because of his schedule and, like, his work and his travel, et cetera, et cetera. Um, okay, let me see. Isn't that what Kristin Cavallari has too? Yeah, Kristin definitely has more custody or at least more control over those kids for sure. She'll probably have the kids more, so she'll probably have them the majority of the time. He'll get them every other weekend. It is very interesting. I mean, the entire thing is really crazy, especially like because, and I hate speculating because I know so much, but Teddy's, Edwin had a daughter before he met Teddi, an ex-wife and a daughter. Teddi became very, very close with this girl, her stepdaughter, when they met. And she and the ex-wife did not get along for a very long time. And very recently, in the last few years, I should say, she and this ex-wife became very close. They like made a point for her stepdaughter's mom and her to be very close. In fact, they became so close that they even like went to concerts together. I don't know if you follow Teddi enough. You'll see that Teddi and her stepdaughter and her daughter, and then her stepdaughter's mom. Does that make any sense? Like her stepdaughter's mom and her daughter. So the four girls would like go together to concerts and like spend time together. So there's a lot of like cohabitation situation going on. So I really hope that she has made a decision to make this to be, I really hope they've been able to make this, or they will be able to make this a good co-parenting situation for all of them. Um, I don't know if Eddie and Edwin's podcast is still a thing. If it is, hopefully they can continue it. I don't know. I haven't seen a podcast come out in a long time. Can we check that out and see when the last time, what is it called? The Eds? When was the last time the Eds came out? The last episode was October 7th, and it was with John Fuda. I mean, I just don't see this surviving. You know how they say, will Mom Talk survive this? My question is, will the Eds survive this? I mean, will these guys survive this? Sorry. I mean, no offense, but like, come on. I don't want to wake up next to this situation. It's not for me. I think it wouldn't have happened. This divorce wouldn't have happened unless there was a solid reason. I think that to get divorced, especially with 3 young kids, things have to be that bad. I think everyone can pretty much agree on that, right? Like you have to be that unhappy or that things have to be that bad for it to be like for divorce to be the option. And we've all anyone that's been married has gone through some really rough ups and downs. Like raise your hand, right? But divorce hasn't been an option for those of you that have stayed together. So it's really interesting. What did Andrew say? Andrew said it will now be just Ed, Mr. Ed. Kind of looks like Mr. Ed, like wah, wah. Without betraying anyone, I love your loyalty. Did something happen? An event. I will say this. It's gonna come out. because it's already coming out. It sounds like a pimple. Um, I will say that the rumors about the husband. I don't want to like I don't want to do anything to help the rumors coming out. I just saw something about a Dumois post. Not Dumois, but like a Dumois subscription. Like if you're a Dumois subscriber. That's all I'm going to say, and like you guys can be sleuths. So, but yeah, something happened. I mean, obviously, this is not something where you're just like, I don't know, like I just fell out of love with you. Like it's not something I don't think that you actually just like divorce, right? You have to get so unhappy to actually make that call to divorce. It's like real bad. Oh, by the way, I want to bring something up because I'm seeing your guys' like you're talking about being married 35 years and your ages and everything. I was talking yesterday about Facebooking at a certain age and my mom being 75 and being a crazy Facebooker and being like out of control and being totally unhinged. Someone said like you have to be careful. You're sounding very ageist. I this is going to sound really bad. I love all age people. I love older people. And some people at the age of 85 are so with it and so like on it. And some people at the age of 43 are so not with it. Like it has nothing to do with your age. I hope I wasn't sounding ageist yesterday. My mom is unhinged. My mom is 75 and totally unhinged. So like I don't know if necessarily it's an age thing when I was talking about that, but like I love old people. Do I have to say that? Like I love old people. I watch The Golden Bachelor. Like I love old people. Everyone, like, I'm gonna offend everyone every day. That's just all I know. At this point, everyone is gonna be offended. Yes, Beth says she openly talked about some type of infidelity. This is back to Teddi when she was on her first season of Housewives, but she held it in until the Kyle Mauricio stuff started coming out. So right after Kyle and Mauricio's divorce came out or separation came out, and she was talking about how Emma Slater, if you remember, Mauricio's partner on Dancing with the Stars, Emma, and he were caught holding hands outside of a sushi bar during their season of Dancing with the Stars. And it was really upsetting to Kyle, even though they were separated. Teddi had mentioned on her podcast with Tamra that she was really triggered when something like that had happened to her and how she was really, really mad at Edwin. And it was really hard to like get over. And then Tamra was like, "Are you saying that Edwin cheated on you?" And Teddi kind of said, like, "Well, yeah." But they never really went further with it. So I think it's pretty well documented that there was infidelity early on in the marriage around the time where they started filming season 1 of Beverly Hills. So it's definitely a thing. Um Q- QTR Pony says, "OMG, I'm 44 and my mom is 73 and going crazy. I thought it was just me." Yeah, it's really wild. Like, I don't know, something's happening. My mom sends me sometimes, like, the same picture 6 times in a row, and then the next day she's like, "Did I send you that picture?" And I'm like, "I love you, mom, but, like, we've gotta up the ginkgo." Okay. What else should we talk about? Oh, just, like, because today is so damn random. Do you love Kristin Cavallari like I do? I love Kristin Cavallari because she's such a conspiracy theorist, and I love a conspiracy theorist. But she was talking about in her podcast episode a couple weeks ago when she was doing what was she taking? She was taking it with an IV with her friend Justin Anderson, the former celebrity hairstylist. They were doing what were they doing? They were doing NAD. They were doing a Ah, what's it called? Like an IV of NAD, which was making them feel all funky and weird, and they were talking about how Kanye West, she believes, is a clone, and she's wild, but she was saying that she believes Kanye West is a clone and Britney Spears is a clone, and then she was saying today, how her publicist texted her, and he said that or she said, the publicist said that, um Britney Spears wants her number, and Britney Spears texted her. And I'm like, oh my God, get Britney Spears on Kristin Cavallari's freaking podcast. And only Kristin Cavallari is saying, like, that when Britney Spears texted her, she's like, oh my God, is this her clone texting me? It's so funny because Kristin was saying, just like I was saying earlier in this podcast, that when she talked about like how she thinks Kanye West and Britney Spears are clones, she thought she would lose all of her audience being like, you're crazy. But in fact, she felt like everyone was like, I think the same thing, which is just funny because it's kind of fun. Like she's making fun a little bit of this all. She's not really believing all this, I think. I think it's kind of like in jest, but maybe she is. So the podcast, basically, she said that she texted, okay, she's not saying what Brittany's actual text to Kristin was. And then Justin said it was one big run-on sentence. But then Kristin says when she texted back later, she was ghosted. Would a clone do that? And she never heard back from Britney Spears after she texted her back, which is, I think, kind of funny. Kristin Cavallari is so entertaining. Does anyone find her, entertaining? Like, there's something, I don't know why, but like the older she gets, the more fun she is to watch. When you watch old Kristin, like when she was 20, she's annoying to me. But the older she gets, I find her more interesting and more fun. Um, Okay, and then the last story that I think is kind of funny is Taylor Strecker. Do you guys like Taylor Strecker? Taylor is my no, Queen. You said you don't leave Britney on red. Kristin texted Britney back. Britney left Kristin on red, which I love that. Britney left Kristin. Britney ghosted Kristin. Okay, Taylor Strecker, I love her. She hosts the podcast Taste of Taylor. She is a late in life lesbian. She used to be married. Like, I have such a story about Taste of Taylor because I have like a secret celebrity crush on her. She used to live this like dream New York. She was a host on Cosmo Radio on Sirius XM. She was married to this like good looking, rich, hot guy. Um, got married in the most gorgeous, beautiful wedding, got engaged in Paris, used to just like fly everywhere. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, got divorced and came out as a lesbian. And then started dating this beautiful photographer named also Taylor Donahue. And meanwhile, um, lost her job at Cosmo Radio and she became best friends with Stassi Schroeder. And now she has her own podcast, Taste of Taylor. She's doing really, really well. She has a Patreon and she has all these celebrity guests. She had a great episode with Luann the other day. And now Becca says, so intrigued with Taylor's lore. I'm curious why. Rebecca says it's your first time on the live. This is an interesting one, Rebecca. This was a wild ride. So go back to the beginning of this episode because it's a wild one. And Jen, thank you for the super sticker. You're the best. I don't know. Taylor is just so interesting to me. I just love her. I think she's a very polarizing person. You either love her or you hate her because she sounds like she smoked 14,000 cigarettes the day before. She had a podcast today that she released with the Fat Carrie Bradshaw. I think that's who it's with. And she was talking about Roni. And she was asking about the cast on it. And he's like, Bryn is a 0, which I agree with. And then he said, and we can do without Jenna Lyons, which 100% I can agree with as well. Cannot deal with Jenna Lyons on that show. Like, bye. You guys, as if election day is not bad enough, we have to watch Roni tonight. Oh my God. Debbie, in your dreams, do you want to date? This is Lance's biggest fear, by the way, that I'm going to be a late in life lesbian. I mean, just because I like girl on girl porn doesn't mean I'm a late in life lesbian. TMI? 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 Anaconda wants to know if she can send me Swedish candy. Absolutely, 100%. If you guys want my address to send me candy, I will never say no as long as you don't drug me. So all you have to do is send me, if you want my address to send me candy or anything, send me an email at hello@donnabowling@gmail, and I'll send you my mailing address. Hello@donnabowling.com. Do you notice how I stopped the show for candy? I'm like, yes, candy, yes, absolutely. Okay. I mean, sometimes when Lance snores, I'm like, I could just be with a girl. If I was with a girl, do you think that I could like get back scratches every night? Do you think that like we could just like I feel like if I was with a girl, like, I don't know, I would just like I'd be able to gossip all day. Okay, I gotta stop. Lance will actually be worried. Debbie thinks, oh, Debbie's gonna be a late in life lesbian too. I think I may be too, but I'm already 68, so I may be in my 80s. Why wait? Do it tomorrow. Let's all become late late in life lesbians. Is today the most unhinged show? No, every day becomes more unhinged on Daily Dose of Donna. Okay. Jen says, no way, Lance is too hot. Jen, he's all yours. All right, let's keep going. So, oh yeah, we could share bras. Your periods could sync up if I still get one. Anyways, so then let's keep going. Okay, so Taste of Taylor. So she was interviewed by Page Six because she was at um the what was it called? The Dear Media Live thing. They had like a Dear Media IRL thing over the weekend. And she recalls that her interviewing nightmare was Juliana Rancic. She said it was the most uncomfortable podcast she has ever done. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that Juliana Rancic fell off the face of the earth? Is Juliana Rancic still alive? Who here still follows Juliana Rancic? Where is she? Where is Juliana Rancic? What happened? She said that one comment about Zendaya, right? That she would smell like patchouli. Isn't that the comment that happened? She said one thing about Juliana Rancic, and then she disappeared. She got canceled or fired, and she disappeared. Should we do a deep dive right now? Now, I actually do not think she's a nice person between us. And I'll tell you why. First, let me pull up her Instagram if she still has one. My Instagram is not working well. And I think it's because she has 2.4 million followers. She's alive. Let me share it with you guys so we can all do a deep dive. 2.4 million followers. Shot my new G by Juliana home at hsn.com. Tamara Judge follows her. She's still very, very slim. She lives in Chicago, yeah? Yeah, she does like influencing, clothing, hair. Okay. Let me tell you something. Oh, this is her and her son. And her son is just as tall as her. That's crazy. Well, I'll tell you something. When she had her show, do you remember she had her show with Bill? She I think Bill was always like a really nice guy, but she apparently was really tough because Lance was friends with a lot of people that worked on the show. And he said that his friends said no one that they had worked with was ever as mean or as tough as Juliana Rancic to the crew. They didn't let them to go to the bathroom there. They didn't let them park near the house. They made them take a van or a bus to the nearest restaurant down the street to go to the bathroom. And it's like not a big crew. When you have people shooting at your house, it's only like 2 or 3 people. It's unlike what other reality stars do. So they are not I don't think they're very kind. And I'll never forget the scene where one time Bill was on his computer and Juliana Rancic was just over his shoulder, and he was standing like she was standing right here, and he was like this, and he goes, "Ew, your breath smells." And one time, if I see one person say on a reality show that someone's breath smells, it's all I'll remember for the rest of life. Do you guys have that same experience? If one time I hear that someone's breath smells, for the rest of time, your breath smells. Like, it's a problem for me. One time, Kelly Dodd said that Shannon Bedore's breath smells, and it's all I think about every time I ever see when I see Shannon Bedore now. It's all I see. And her breath may not smell. It's all I see. Same thing about P. Diddy. One person said that P. Diddy's breath smells, and that's all I see now. It's really a problem. Dorit Tarina. Someone told me that about Luann. Remember my gay friend that said that Luann tried to hit on him? Said that she had horrible breath of cigarettes and alcohol. That's all I see. Okay, so let's keep going. So anyway, she said, Taylor Strecker said that Juliana Rancic was the most uncomfortable podcast ever. She was a nightmare because she has been interviewing celebrities on her podcast for more than a decade. And she only chatted with Juliana as a favor to someone on her team who wanted to do a fashion segment with her. And she said she knew her Q&A was not even going to air, so she admittedly didn't prepare as normally as she would have. She said it's not going anywhere, so I guess that's not really fair to her. However, she claimed that when the Juliana and Bill stars came into the studio, they were working through a disagreement. They were fighting. Probably about bad breath. She said, when a couple is fighting and you're like in the middle of it, that's what happened. She told us, I was in the middle of a wasp's nest. The internet personality clarified that the Rancics were clearly not in a bad place in their marriage, but simply like any couple having a fight. She was almost like using me to take pot shots at him. I've never heard of pot shots. It was like the most uncomfortable podcast ever. And then she went and complained about me to the other interviews that she had for the rest of the day. And I was like, oh my God, Juliana, you're obsessed with me. It was traumatic to say the least. She also said the worst person that she interviewed other than her was Eric Stonestreet, which I'm not shocked. Eric Stonestreet was the guy on Modern Family, like one of the gay guys in that relationship. It was Eric Stonestreet and Jesse Tyler Ferguson. Eric was like the heavier one. I'm not shocked by that. Oh, Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Rinna said Vanderpump smelled like cigarettes and Chardonnay. Interesting. You guys, today is wild. But like, would you expect anything different than Daily Dose of Donna on election day? We do what we do, and we do it well. And I'm proud of us for getting through today. I am proud of us for getting through today with not only no fighting, but also like love. Like we came together on a very, very contentious day. And I am so proud of us. And I'm also like, I feel like I feel like I should sing a song. I'm just kidding. I feel like I am at the end of Sound of Music and we should go off with Climb Every Mountain. Okay. Search every stream, follow every rainbow until you find your dream. That's really how I feel right now. And all you need is love. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay, Joe, enough. Enough with the love. Now you're love bombing me. What do you want, Joe? You want us to date? Fine. Call me. Okay? Call me. Call me. I love you guys. Seriously, Joe, that is so sweet. Do you think we should all hold hands now while we get our colonoscopies and eat coconut haystacks? If you weren't here yesterday, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. This was so fun. I really we needed this. We needed this. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. This was so kind. And if you are if you are if you are going to be if you're if you are going to be unhappy with today or happy with today or whatever, like all I ask is that you are sensitive to others around you and that you know that no one around you is like, especially in our world, like we're not hateful people. Like I think that all of us just want the best for those like in our personal lives. And I hope that you're kind to those around you that are going through ups and downs. And that's all I ask. So let's hope that we can be kind to each other and just like be sensitive. Just be sensitive to those around you. I love you very much. And and make sure you subscribe. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. And good luck watching Roni, because as if life isn't tough enough, we actually have to freaking deal with Bryn trying to hook up with us tonight. And I'll take it. I'll take it because we're all late in life lesbians because of Bryn. Bye, you guys. I love you. Bye.